I admit I've done this for quite a few years at this point, and that's painted rock I did. But I've never quite had as much success as I've had with these guys. Back when I was really young, I had a fascination with these guys, and I just absolutely adore them. And I know they're like a favorite of the insect world among people because they're harmless to you. We gotta look at that giant ass worm in there. This guy, he helps. Well, I should say, because they don't have a gender. Helps by making different tunnels for the pill bugs to move into. And you can see right here that right under that rock would be its head. And this is just a standard, regular earthworm. But it's probably one of the biggest ones I've ever seen as far as terrariums go that I've had. I can tell you one thing, it's healthy. Now, this is the pillbug terrarium, and for comparison, this one right here is much smaller than this one. This one here has a whole lot of residents in it, and they're not quite overpopulated yet. You can see there's some space. They can run around, they can move. They don't necessarily need to step on each other. They've got space. So these guys have been doing just fine. And then you go over here. Got a whole bunch of them. But if I lift this thing, yeah, wait till you see this. Alright, so from the very top, you can kind of see there's ones just kind of chilling out in these top sections. Then, you pick it up. And I always check down here because there's a big number of them. Now, I gotta say, these guys are super use to me. I believe that's Bosa right there. Hey, Bosa? She knows her name. Hey, Bosa. Hello, Bosa. You doing well, man? So this one here is Bosa. Bosa, wanna come up? I think she's trying to eat my hand for some reason. Anyway, Bosa is very large. I don't think she's actually trying to eat it because she's not hurting me. I think she's just familiar with me. So she just knows. Come here. She's very fast. And then, got this terrarium over here. This one's a mix of pillbugs and sawbugs, more so than the other one. This one has a much closer to 50-50 than the other one does, but it's also much quieter in this terrarium. These ones tend to be pretty docile. They haven't ever had meat, unlike the ones in that terrarium. These ones mostly eat lettuce and other things, provided that they're there for them. And you can see this is a much quieter terrarium. There's not as many residents, but we're not empty either. This one, they mostly like to stay in the leaves and underneath this piece here. This is about as close to a 50-50 terrarium as I have, with equal parts pill bugs and saw bugs, or at least close to it. Maybe not quite, but close. In this one, you can see they get along a lot better. Like, this is a pill bug and a saw bug right here. So these guys, they get along no problem. These ones, they get along pretty okay too. There's a mix of pill bugs and saw bugs in here, but I'm not sure if it's as 50-50. This one, however, does have a lot of plant life that's just growing in it, and it's going to have more as summer progresses. It's also got this little pond here, which I sometimes put some water in it, and the main reason that I do that is so that they don't go too dry. Keeps humidity in here. And so we've got that. And that's the 3 terrariums. Now, I actually know a lot of data on these guys, and I've actually been taking care of pill bugs and saw bugs, or at least trying to, for somewhat around 21 years. So, a lot of the minuscule behaviors, or any kind of changes in their behaviors, or anything that's off the ordinary, I usually read up on, and sometimes what I see, somebody else might not see. But back to this terrarium. This terrarium has some growing plants. It's going to have some more as time progresses as well. And these guys are taking care of this. You can see there's no issues here. I want to pull this piece of grass forward and just show you just how well this is growing. Look at that. It's pretty much out of the terrarium, so I've got to kind of bend it down a little bit so that we don't have too many escapees from what is essentially the rats of Nim when it comes to pill bugs and saw bugs. These guys are extremely smart. These guys are definitely not stupid, trust me. You'd think that they wouldn't be as smart as they are, but you would be wrong. And I love these guys. I love these guys, and I love the other 2 terrariums too.